right, lads. Rud bheog le denmh agus se fear fasáin na mar sin go minic le daine ceapan go bhfuil se. So feimine invertathe atá gceiste seo so the inverse of a function. Right, ar nó díl agus tu mi pitúirta is carmi susta sinna mi sampla topic and so írig siad ort inverted de feime aimsú. Is féidir inverteach de feime aimsú má tá sé déheilgach. So déheilgach is both inheilgach agus barheilgach. So if it's injective and surjective, that makes it bijective. And if it's bijective, we can get the inverse of the function. So she just sample topic agus ní aríonn siad níos chasta ná seo hin ó riire. So má tá stig írigaring inverte de f of x coherm le dó x mod de 3 a aimsú. And cé came an f of x is fitting sin scríb mar y. And the object here is just move everything around and get x equals. So the y coherm le and seo agus beg go ní mar le feim hugan siad f of x coherm le, so we'll always have a y equals. Right, so y coherm le bug stiff timppel le hoite. I'll just do it came and son is go féad le bheith eiscint. And I get y lúide 3 haar a dó is coherm le x. And just flip it around so it looks right. X is y lúide 3 haar a dó. Alright, so you do that. And then North an Aberson denta got obedenta just can't be gone in on the DXT and of son and rather enemy no shakas x thought to con f inverted the x occur stack so with the little -1 on it and shakas y thought to con x occur stack. Right, so we rejig this sentence about and then we rename some things. So on Rudshaw in Norira shakas x beg f inverted the x coherm le x lúide 3 haar a dó. Right, and what this ends up doing, like if you look at the original one, it's taking the x value, it's multiplying by 2 and adding 3 to it. So here what we do is we divide by 2 and take 3 from it. So basically undoes the work of the original. But x would be in ragra is y, you know, the way we replaced x with y. So if say you push 2 in here, you're going to have 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. So you put 7 in here, you have 7 minus 3 is 4 divided by 2 gives you 2. So it'll bring you back to the original input. You put the output in here, it'll bring you back to the original input that goes with it. And there's just rud bheag an son the hen lishin. So if f, that function, you put in a and you get out b. So like that one here now, if we put in 2, right, we get out 7. Alright, so that's the way they go in. So you put in 2, you get out 7. So this is saying you put in a, you get out b. And if you have another one, g, whereas if you put in b, you get out a, like what happens here. So if we put in the answer 7, we get out 2. Right, so Gaelta lena céile g will be the inverse of f, basically. Right, and if that applies, if what you get out of this function when you put into this gives you what you put into this. And that's a little confusing to look at, but like I was saying here with the 2 and the 7, put in 2, you get out 7 in this. If you do the reverse order, put in 7, you get out 2 with this. That means they're inverses. So if that happens, f of g of x, so if we put this one in here, it'll be the same as g of f of x. So putting this one in here, and that's all equal to x. So even if I just do a quick there now with that one, so g or f, I'm going to call it f of x is the 2x plus 3, and g of x is the x minus 3 over 2, like what we got there. So one's the inverse of the other, that's the point. So if I put this in here, that's 2 times x minus 3 over 2 plus 3. That should be the same as putting this into that, so f into g. So that'll give me 2x plus 3 in place of x here, minus 3 all over 2. So if we just work these, like, they should both be equal to x, that's what it's saying. So they cancel, So you're getting x minus 3 plus 3, which cancels. That's just x there. That one works out. That should be the same as here. So plus 3 minus 3 will cancel. You get 2x over 2, which is x. So this is x, this is x. They're all equal to x. That proves it's a function. Right, if you put one into the other and you're left with just x, and no matter which one you put into the other, you get x. So put f into g, or put g into f. They should all cancel out and leave you with just a plain ordinary x. So quick look here now. Oh, that's it. Alright, so basically, start with your sentence, replace f of x with y, rejig everything so that you get x equals, and then din na harúsha or Dave an nódrochta. And this is the inverse function. And this little bit about input output. So the input from one, so input gives you the output. You put this into the inverse as an input, it'll give you that as an output then in the end. They kind of undo the work of each other. Sure, Margaret.